Hiya Bill, lovely to meet you at the weekend and begin doing some work on your game. The work we did was based around that footage that you see there, that still that you see on the top left of your screen. That was your original swing. And one of the things you wanted to talk about was stabilising your leg action. You were a bit concerned that that right knee got a little bit lively. The elbow was away from the side, and as a result we got a little bit flippy with the hands as we were coming through impact. So lively with the legs and a little bit too high with the rate of closure of the club face, or the overtaking rate through impact. You can see the club head overtakes the hands too fast coming through impact. We touched on your posture from down the line initially, and we talked about maybe getting the back of the hips or the back of the pelvis higher than the front. You can see there the sort of comparison I've drawn here in the centre of your screen between yourself and Tiger. I'd like to see you just over the ball a little bit more. You can see that Tiger's pelvis is definitely angled forward more, so the hips are tilted forward more, and there's a little bit more of him, if you will, this side of the line than we see with yourself. You're very much sort of dominating your heels at setup with your posture, so maybe a little bit less bending of the knees, a little bit of flex, but more than anything feeling like the weight is on the balls of your feet and you're a little bit more over the shot. One of the things I like to see with my players, Tiger's hitting quite a short iron here. What I prefer to see long term with yourself would be to get the hands a little bit more out in front of you, as per the yellow line there, so just a little bit more room between you and the golf club. We then worked on on the leg action, and the thing we talked about was what the right knee should do. If we watch these better plays, the right knee returns into its address flex and then begins to push up, straighten, both legs extending. This allows the hips to continue to turn and controls the rate at which the club overtakes the hands. So we need to calm the legs down. And what we've got here is we've straightened up the trail leg. So during this swing, the trail leg is straight. It needs to stay straight throughout the swing. You can see when you do that, the leg action instantly looks more solid. The right elbow is instantly more into the side. And the rate at which the club overtakes the hands is beginning to calm down, but that's only one shot in. So straighten up the trail leg at setup, hitting balls, and then we talked about releasing the head, which I'm going to come to shortly towards the end of your session. But the big thing is controlling what the right knee does and retarding the rate at which it flexes through impact. You can see here we've got a right leg that's out of control, flexing all the way up to impact, whereas it should be flexing and then starting to extend. See that little dip as you come through as well. Midway through your session, we then talked about a little bit about foot flow. We'd like to have both feet angled out. That affects the knee alignments, frees up the hips, etc. But also in your case helps control this right foot being out, will help to control this right knee a little bit. On the way back and through, we were trying to calm down the rate of overtaking with the club head. So on this footage here now, this is you making a normal swing. Really nice position at the top. A little bit close with the club face, but it's not really appropriate to the shot pattern that you've got just at the moment. Much better work with the right knee, returning to its address flex before then starting to extend. Much less kinked in than it was before at impact. Handle location is starting to move forward also, and then we just match these swings up. The releasing of the head, allowing the body to continue to turn and allowing you to arrive in a much better finish. You do chase after it a little bit with the right shoulder late in the swing. That's residual because of the amount of time that you use to keep the head down. You see the head there now releasing much earlier. Leg action much more solid. But the thing I'm impressed with more than anything is the change that you've made at that point in the swing. That leg action is looking much more solid from the top to impact, much more like we see with our friend here on the bottom right. Great work, enjoyed the session. I've emailed you some more dates across. I'll also email you a link to this recap so that you can digest things and go over prior to your practice sessions. Good luck with it, and look forward to working with you again soon. Well done.